There are 3 non-negotiable things that your workouts absolutely must have if you ever want to look like you work out. Spoiler alert, most people are missing all 3. So if you want to find out what they are, stay tuned. And be sure to stick around to the end for a free workout program that will help you look like you lift. All right, guys, welcome to the Digital Barbell Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in. This is your first time finding us. My name is Jonathan. My wife, Blakely, and I own Digital Barbell. We're an online training and nutrition coaching business helping people all over the world get in the best shape of their life. If it's your first time finding us, make sure that you subscribe before you leave so you don't miss future episodes. All right, let's get right into today's topic. If you had invested $1,000 in Apple stock 10 years ago, it will be worth over $100,000 today. And if you'd taken that same $1,000 and put it in Dell computer stock, it will be worth about $1,200. Now, Digital Barbell isn't in the financial coaching business, but we are in the business of helping our clients get the most bang for their buck when it comes to the time, energy, and money that they're investing in their workouts. So the point of telling you about the payoff or lack thereof in Apple and Dell stock is to remind you that not everything you sink your resources into will give you the results that you're hoping for. For years, Blakely and I put our time and money into workouts that seemed like good investments at the time, but they never really paid off in the physical changes that we were expecting. And now that we coach people online for a living, we get to help those clients spend their valuable time on workouts that not only get them in amazing shape, but also ensure that they look like they lift too. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about turning them into bodybuilders. I'm talking about having a strong looking back, solid legs, and muscle definition in their arms and shoulders. If you saw them walking around the grocery store, you would say, that person clearly works out. The sad truth is that gyms and group classes are packed full of people who are consistently working out that never achieve the status of you look like you work out because they're missing 3 critical things. So let's get into them. Number 1, you have to train, not exercise, if you want to look like you lift. Orange Theory, Camp Gladiator, CrossFit, Barry's Boot Camp, Body Pump, Peloton, Pilates, yoga, F45, Zumba, kickboxing, running, swimming. These are all great forms of exercise. And don't get me wrong, exercise is amazing. You need to be active and do something challenging every single week, multiple times per week if you want to live a long, healthy life. And if one of those classes or programs takes you from doing nothing to doing something, I am all for it. But the thing about most classes and programs is that they're not designed with the methods and progressions to take advantage of your body's natural ability to build muscle and strength. Exercise will make you tired, it will make you sweat, and it will definitely make you sore too. It can even start to change your body and help you lose weight when you're brand new to it. But those results will plateau pretty quickly even though you keep putting in the work. Training, on the other hand, gives you the potential to make progress forever. By progress, I mean getting stronger, getting faster, getting fitter, and improving your body composition. Training does this little miracle through the process known as progression. Heck, the word progress is right there in the word. Progression is the opposite of random. Look at your workouts. Is there a method to the madness? Can you objectively look at what you did a month ago or a year ago and know with certainty that you're getting better? If the answer is no, or you're not sure, you're exercising, not training. Fixing that is going to drastically improve your results, I promise. I'll put a link to our episode on progressive overload in the show notes below if you want to take a deeper dive on this section of the topic. Okay, the second non-negotiable your workouts must include if you ever want to look like you lift is heavy compound exercises. There's some nuance here, so if you zoned out for some reason, come back to me now. I just said that you need to do heavy compound exercises. Maybe you heard the word heavy and you thought, whoa, I don't want to get big and I definitely don't want to get hurt. Or maybe you heard the word compound and you aren't sure what that means. Compound exercises are the ones that use multiple joints at the same time. Think about how both your shoulder and your elbow move when you're doing a row versus a dumbbell curl where only your elbow is bending. Or how your ankles, knees, and hips are bending at the same time in a goblet squat versus how only your knees are bending on a leg extension machine. The reason that compound exercises help you look like you lift is because since you're using multiple joints at the same time, you're using multiple muscles, and therefore you can lift heavier weights. There's that word again, heavy. The thing that I want you to walk away from this podcast with about the word heavy is knowing that heavy simply means heavy for you right now at your current strength level. If you're new to all this stuff, heavy might mean 15 pounds. If you've been doing this for 15 years like Blakely and I have, heavy might mean 200 or 300 pounds. It's not about the number of pounds, it's about using a weight that's challenging for you and your current abilities. A lot of people think that sticking with lighter weights will shape and tone their muscles, and heavy weights will make them big and bulky. These are the same people that go to the gym or their group class religiously for years and never look much different. It's simply not true that heavy weights turn you into a bulky monster. It's like thinking that you're going to turn into a James Beard award-winning chef just because you dropped $100 on a fancy paring knife. Building muscle is a slow process, of which your nutrition also plays a huge part. But I promise you that building muscle by doing compound exercises with heavy weights is very likely the missing piece in changing your physique if you're not doing it. If you want to see the proof of how this works, head down to the description of this episode and I'll put a link to see some of our own clients' results. All right, let's reveal the third and final thing your workouts must include if you ever want to look like you lift. This one can be summed up with one single word: effort. Even if you fix the first two things that we've talked about, training instead of just exercising and doing compound exercises with heavy weights, you'll never see the results that you want without putting in the right amount of effort. I know that consistently showing up to the gym takes effort, but that's not the kind of effort we're talking about right here. If you're ever going to look like you work out, you've got to be bringing the right amount of effort to each set of every workout. And if you're doing group classes or circuit-based workouts, you're not ready for this step yet. You've got to go back and fix numbers 1 and 2 first. But once you do, you're ready to dial in your effort. This one is big, so listen up. The progress you want to make, the kind that will actually change your body, comes from bringing your muscles really close to failure. In other words, it takes a lot of effort, almost as much as you can possibly give. So if you're doing a set of bench presses with dumbbells, the last rep of your set should be drastically harder and slower than your first few reps. We teach our clients to do what we call hard sets. That means that within a given rep range, they should push so hard that they probably only could have done 1 or 2 more reps before reaching failure. There's no significant advantage to taking things to failure, so you don't have to push that hard. I just mentioned that we work within given rep ranges for these hard sets, so let's talk more about that. Since compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and barbell bench presses can be loaded heavier, you should do your hard sets in lower rep ranges like 5 to 8 reps per set just to keep the risk for injury lower and to keep yourself from becoming incredibly sore. For lighter exercises for your biceps, triceps, and shoulders, using the 8 to 15 rep range is a good idea. If you can do more than 15 reps of an exercise in a set, the weight is too light and you're really just building muscular endurance at that point. Again, it's not about the exact number of reps or pounds that you're lifting. It's about pushing your muscles hard enough that they are really, really challenged. Also, since you're going to be working hard, it's really important that you know that your form is good. There's no substitute for having an experienced coach to keep an eye on you. The last thing I'll say about effort is that I'd recommend that you video yourself with your phone from time to time just to judge your effort level. Watch the speed of the weight. Is it really slowing down by the last couple of reps, or could you have probably done quite a few more? If you'd like to see a short video of Blakely doing some different exercises at the right effort level like I'm talking about, you can check the description below. I'll put a link to a video. Okay, I said at the beginning of this episode that I was going to give you a free program to help you do everything that we just talked about. It's a 5-week training program and it's focused on helping you build your arms, your abs, and your glutes. It's got compound lifts, it's got plenty of hard sets, and it also has some conditioning in it too. If you follow it to a T and you put in the right effort like we just talked about, you can absolutely expect to see physical changes in just 5 weeks. If that sounds good, go to the show notes below, grab it, and get started today. And if you'd like to talk about having us take over your training and coach you along the way, you can apply for one-on-one help in the description below. Have a great day.